Let me answer
Okay.
this. Someone says when the man fall in line, the woman fall in line, thus the children will be in line. Guess what? On the surface, that's the cliche sounds good. Because we all know, right? That if the man fall in line, the woman falls in line and the children fall in line, right? That's a cliche. Because why? If the man fall in lines, he's going to get a woman to fall in line with him, right? Who chooses to follow his lead. And then the children fall in line. Well, what if a man who's in line with the Most High don't have a pool of women to choose from that will fall in line with him? Think about that. So it has to be all the way down the line. It got to be man, the Most High, man, woman, child. But what if the man who's in line with the Most High have a pool of women who will not follow him? See? Where it's a fight to get a woman to fall in line with a good man. So that cliche worked a long time ago when there was a greater pool of women who did respect authority, who did believe in God and wanted the man to lead. But we're living in a different world.
We need a man.
Yeah, we're living in a different world. And I'm just dealing with the reality because it is true. If a man is with the Most High, the woman going to have to fall in line, and so will the children. But again, if a man is with the Most High and see the pool of women, he's not going to choose any of these women and try to force them to fall in line. He's going to leave them where they are. See? You have to realize, we've been blind. We've been blind to the social engineering of our community. Think about it. All of the positions of authority to steer our people in the right direction are all now led by women. Politicians, who represents us? Women. School teachers, principals, they're all women. Pastors, preachers, all women. See? So to ask a man of the Most High to come into a new engineered society and say, hey, if I'm down with the Most High, then the women going to automatically fall in line, not the women who have already ceded power and refuse to give it up. You shouldn't have to fight for submission. So I know it sounds good. A man of the Most High, automatically, if the man get an order, the woman get an order. Not if the women are in rebellion. So that's just supposing that she agree with being under order. It's not like the man will be under order with the Most High, and a woman in rebellion is going to say, you know what, because my man is in order, I'm going to fall in order. No, I'm going to use his power as a proxy. I can control that man. See? I'll use his position to cede power, and he'll just be, right? He'll be a sock puppet for me. See, and that's the reality of the world we've been socially engineered under. But I'll tell you this, reality with what's coming is about to change it all. Because women are going to need protection with what's about to come around the corner. And the reality is going to set in concerning the choices, because they were able to do certain things because they had protection. They had the police to enforce even if they were wrong. But what's coming? The Most High always have a way to bring balance. And I believe the humbling that's coming is going to bring everyone, man and woman, back under order. But if you have to look at it and be truthful with it, the women are totally out of control. Totally out of control in our societies. Okay? So yeah, in a good earnest, a man who understands the authority of the Almighty. Why do you think no men are in church right now? Men didn't, guess what? There was no meeting, no nothing. Why do you think men aren't in Christian churches? It wasn't like there was one big meeting with men. Okay? Men, even pastors, and I remember this in the 2000s and the 90s, was fighting against these women who wanted to be the leader of the churches. And men were saying, we come from the old down south. No, we ain't doing that. And women started talking about, well, there was women prophetess and all this other. And the most, and God, Christ put a spirit on me, whether you're male or female. I remember that. The pastors who were men fighting against women pastors. But then through 501c3, women started taking power through their seats on the board, undermining the pastor, overthrowing the pastor, and then putting women in position. And men was like, well, you know what? Y'all can have it. There was no meeting with men. Men just stopped going because no one wants to sit there learning the word of God, and there's a woman up there out of order talking about what God is saying. See? So I wanted to make sure I use that comment for a reason, because that comment only works if women want to submit. That's the only way this order works. Okay? It's the only way it works. And I'm going to tell you, I've seen it. I've seen men in the street and all these others selling drugs and all that. And he finds a good, pure, virtuous woman. I've seen it with my own eyes. And even though he's the head, I've seen women with men that was on the street and all that and wasn't good men. And because of a good woman, that man turned to God. That man became a leader that she could be proud of saying was her husband. I've seen that. Don't forget, I'm from North Philly. So that's the power of a woman. So it's not that a woman don't have power to be able to teach a man and can guide a man, but she's not supposed to take the leadership in authoritative positions when it comes to leading community. See, I've seen it. I've seen some rough cats in North Philly, and they find a woman be like, man, that's going to be my wife. I don't care what I got to do to change. I know I shouldn't be doing this anyway. And he falls under her what? Her power, because she believes in God. She is virtuous. And he knows that what she has in her can help him. So I'm not saying that a man under certain circumstances should not submit to the power of God in a woman. He is supposed to. But she's building him so that she could follow him. That's what she's helping building him for. Okay? So I just wanted to put that out there to bring some balance, because that comment is a good comment. Right? But you have to understand, father or man, woman, child, saying the woman going to fall in order just because the man, if the man is in order with the Most High, not in this society anymore. A matter of fact, you will have women who will leave you because you're trying to put authority in your house according to God. You have women saying, well, listen, I'm not going to submit to nobody. See? So that's not this. You have to understand the world we were socially engineered under right now, where it's lesbians and women running everything in our society. It's totally out of order. And if someone said, listen, to save our lives, All of you women step down from your political positions, your religious positions, and all your community positions of leadership to save our lives in our community. Guess what? All of the women in those positions will say kick rocks. They would tell you to kick rocks, okay? We're not going to trust men. That's just the reality. Let's deal with the reality so that we can actually what? If you deal with the reality, now we can come up with solutions. There's no saving a community that have been given over to all women. It's over. What we can do is teach the gospel and have the men and women come in who wants to be saved. This society is over. Our communities are done. Okay? The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book. And the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy. You're invited.